Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 13, Episode 11. We're doing another Valentine's special, and we're coming to you from the kitchen. And you need to bear with me. I'm going to because I'm late by 20 minutes, luckily you can watch this on catch-up later. Some people might actually have tuned in when it says that I've gone live, but I'll give people a chance to come on if they want to watch. Do you ever feel like, and I'll say this again later in the episode, like your, well, the thing that I love about, this is the same thought, so I didn't go on to a different thought, but the thing I do love about me, and probably one of the reasons that it is fun to do these Rambling Hour lives when I'm doing different things like this, is because it's more realistic than watching when everybody has things planned. So do you ever feel like you're trying to be a great parent or a great partner or a great employee or a great boss, and you're trying to do it all and trying to make everything, you know, special and work well, especially when you have kids, you want everything to be special. Well, I'm still not 100% better, and Steve is sick again, like really sick, like fever this last few days and stuff, and he's starting to feel better, so it's been about a week. And luckily he started feeling better because yesterday we went out for dinner for his birthday with his mates. Today we got together for lunch with Amy because that's our daughter, our eldest daughter. She's going to be 32 tomorrow, so there was lunch today. There was just all these things, and I thought I would have time to plan my crafts, this is my craft side, and plan my baking or healthy treats and stuff, and it just... and then there was part of me that was like, oh, I'm just going to give up on the idea and I'll just do a regular Rambling Hour and we won't do any crafts or anything. But then you guys know me, so I am 20 minutes late, but that is better than not doing anything at all, I think. So, I have some things I plan on doing. I have on the cooker right now the double boiler with some chocolate in it, so I'm going to make that first because the noise is just bugging me. So, and then I can shut the chocolate off because I need it to be melted for one of the things that we're going to make. And so we'll make that one first. So what we need with that one is bananas, sprinkles. I just used what I had. Again, this is the thing, just flying by the seat of your pants, using things you have. The shops shut early on Sundays here in the UK, so definitely not prepared. But I have red sprinkles from Christmas, white sprinkles from who knows when, and then I put some gold, like little gold rocks type thing in here, white, what's it called, rose gold. So I will show you when I do the things, I'll bring them closer. So bananas, sprinkles, and now I have everything here that we're going to use, but I had to like try and hide it. Oh, and I see that you're seeing the mess. See, this is, you can see where I cleaned up to, and then it's just a bit of a mess here. So I am going to quickly, we need that, and I'm going to put this stuff on the floor so that it looks like I have a clean kitchen. But again, this is more realistic to what life is actually like because none of us have it all together. None of it. Oh, I can show you this craft. This is done for Christmas. Allison is 20, and I made these when so her birthday's in January, so I made these when she was about 9 or 10 months old because I needed them for Christmas for when she was like 11 months old. But it's a flower pot, a rose bowl, and then this is like the saucer for the flower pot, but it's smaller than the one you would actually use with this flower pot. You use it as a lid. I'll bring it closer. I kept it out after Christmas because it had candies in it, but then you paint. I used her hands to put the handprints on, so you can see a really good handprint. This is broken though, but I had to glue it back together. So she made these when she was less than 1 year old, and now she's 20. And it just looks like a gumball machine. So they had some candies in, but we're almost done the candies, and I can put this away. But that's why that was on the counter. So that's a cute, crafty thing that you could make. Okay, let's get this show on the road. So I'm using some old icing that was in the fridge because icing doesn't go bad. This is it's lemon, which I don't know if that'll go good with banana. I could use whipped cream, and we do have whipped cream in the fridge, like the canister one, but it'll melt if you wanted to put these out on display for a party or something else. So we're going to use this, but you could use any type of icing. I'm just going to use this because I have it in the fridge, and it'll give you the idea of how to make these things. The other thing we need is, I need a couple toothpicks, or cocktail sticks as some people would call them, which I didn't keep over close to they usually sit on the kitchen table, but I've moved them now. So let's do 4 because I have 2 bananas. All right. Now, even though this is starting with our food, we are actually going to do a little bit of paper crafts first. So let me think about what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, pink, okay. So I have these old ice cream containers, and each one of them is marked with a color. Oh, you can't see it, it's worn off. I'll show you with the other ones, but this is pink, and then it's all the little squares of paper. So you know how kids are, especially when they were younger, they would cut something out in the middle of the paper, like this even has a heart. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a heart. So if your paper, I just go back and I cut them into squares or triangles, and then it's all, so if you were to make a greeting card, you could like put these 2 together, and then maybe that one on top like that, and it looks really nice, and then you put your writing on or your stamps or whatever. So I have all these pieces of scrap paper because I don't like waste, and we're going to need, we have 4 popsicle sticks, not popsicle sticks, we have 4 cocktail sticks, so we're going to need 4 pieces of paper, but they need to be able to fold in half so we can make 8 hearts. So they don't have to be big. I'll use those 2. I'll use, I'm going to try and do a few different colors. I'm just going to use all pink, but you can obviously use whatever color you want. Okay, that one will be good. And that one's really bright. Okay, and maybe, now I could have got some of these things ready beforehand, but what fun would that be? All right, so I'm going to take a little scrap piece of paper. The other thing that I like doing is that this is like things that you can do quickly and fun, and so I'm going to fold this little piece of paper in half, and then I'm going to open it, and then I'm going to take each side and fold it into the middle, because I want to make 2 hearts that are even. So now it looks like I'll bring it closer. So I had my piece of paper, I folded it in half, then I opened it, and then I folded this end into the middle line and this end into the middle line. That way when we do our 2 hearts, like a heart right here and a heart right here, they're going to open and you'll have 2 hearts that are, but we're going to make them the same size. So I'm going to take this that's folded like that, and I'm going to fold it one more time, and I'm going to cut so that, oh, how am I doing this? Yeah, I'm going to maybe like this, like a, what do you call that? And then when you cut here, I'll draw it with a pen. So if I do that, I should have went right to the corner. So when I start cutting, I'm going to go to the corner. When I do that, it's going to open, and that'll be 1 heart there and 1 heart here. You can do them separate if you want, but this is just a quicker way to get them all done. So let's see if I can do this with you guys, and it turns out. Again, because I got to try and put this into an hour, I can do these quickly, and that's what I'm looking for too. If you're a parent who has a lot to do, you don't have time to do all the treats and the crafts and everything. So we want things that are quick, easy, and memorable for the kids and whoever else that were. Oh, I made it a little pokey on top, so I'm going to just round that out. Okay, there, I just rounded the top out. So now when I take it apart, it should be, yeah, accordion. Melody said accordion. Thank you, Mel. And eater. So I should have 2 hearts that are the same, so that I'm going to put them I'm going to take the cocktail stick, put it in the middle like that, and then tape or glue them together like that. And it's going to be a little cocktail stick with heart on top so that you can stick it in the top. So you can do those for cupcakes or anything. So it's like a little flag. So we're going to make 3 more. So we have 4 altogether. Now you can use paste, which is glue, or whatever you want. I'm using a glue runner, which when the kids were little, I wouldn't let them use them because they would mess them up. But I love them for crafting, except that I like using a scrap piece of paper underneath because, especially when you're doing something small, your tape might run over the small thing. So I'm going to put it so that the cocktail stick will stick in the middle, but also so that the heart will stick to the other heart. Cocktail stick in the middle. Heart. 1 heart flag ready to go. We need 3 more, so let's get this going. Fold in half. And then you can accordion it. You know, it makes more sense to just accordion it now into 4s. And you can draw your heart if you want, or if you're confident enough, just go ahead and cut without. That's the good thing about all these scraps of paper too, is that if another person was going to throw them away anyways or recycle them, then they would have been waste. But so if I make a mistake or I want to make a different thing, then you don't feel as guilty if you have to recycle some of the paper. Right. Just putting a little bit on the second heart in the middle where the cocktail stick goes. And 2. Fold in half. And then fold back so it's in quarters, accordion style. Same size. Cut your heart. You can probably, the dryer is on, the washer and dryer are on right now, so you might be able to hear them. The kitchen door is open. Oh, my heart, that is a long and thin heart. But I'm going to leave it because hearts come in all shapes and stuff. Well, maybe not all shapes, but you know what I mean. It'll still work. Three. Last one. Let me think about what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay, there we go. 4. Done. Like dinner. Okay. Oh. Okay. Set that aside. Set this aside. Okay, so I got icing and I got some cherry, candied cherries. Put the paper aside and then we're going to do our bananas. And I'm going to just grab my reference. Okay, I'm going to grab a plate. Knife. Cutting board. Can you see me? Cutting bananas in half. peeling. I took the compost bin out of the shot, so because I use it, but it doesn't look that great because the bag hangs out of it. But I will compost this. Bananas have potassium, so do the banana peels, so they're great for the garden. So we have our bananas. These are going to stand up on the plate, so I'm going to bring the chocolate to us out of the double boiler. And I'm going to shut it off. Okay, this is the top of the double boiler. You can use any kind of chocolate you want. I wonder if that's, will that stand or is it, no, it'll work. Okay, so I'm going to dip the bottom of the banana in chocolate. And then I'm going to put it in the sprinkles. I wonder if it looks like I maybe should wait a few seconds for the hot chocolate to just start cooling off a little bit. And then put it in the sprinkles. 2 more. Last one. You can get baker's chocolate. Like I said, you can use any color of chocolate you want. White chocolate, dark chocolate, cheap chocolate. I just realized now too that these all have the tops flat. So I could have done this before I dipped them. I'm going to take the tops of the banana off. Don't worry, it won't get wasted. Yummy banana will be eaten. Even if the oxygen starts turning it brown, I'll still eat it. A new spoon. I'm going to put some icing on top. Now, I did say healthy, but obviously everything I've added to the banana, and a banana has lots of sugar naturally anyways, so this took something that was sort of healthy and made it definitely not healthy. But it's still quick, easy, and I had all the ingredients at home if you are a baker or you have these things in your house. I don't like candied cherries, but I'm also allergic to cherries. But this is how it was, so I'm just making it how I see it. Cherry on each of them. I don't know what these are supposed to be, but I thought they were cute and I knew I had all the ingredients. There we go. I will bring those closer to you. Again, I don't know what they're supposed to be, but they're cute little Valentine's edibles that were quick and easy. So I'm going to set that over here. I don't know if you can see. I'll tilt you down. My decoration's over here. This is just a red pasta that I bought to look good in a jar. This is mini marshmallows for when we make Rice Krispie squares or on top of your hot chocolate. But they're pink and white, so I thought they'd be good for Valentine's. This is heart-shaped pasta. And these are cinnamon hearts all the way from Canada because they don't sell them here. And I have more, but that's me eating. And then, but what I wanted to show you was Aurora made this just in the last few hours, but it wasn't cooled enough. It started sinking in the middle, but it wasn't cooled enough for us to decorate. But we have a heart-shaped cake pan that Steve was like, oh, if you guys buy that, you're never going to use it. Well, this is the second time we've used it, so we're proving him wrong. And on my crafting side, I have my little jar of bows, all little tiny bows from different things. And we're going to use one of those. This is a tin I got this year that I thought would be cute for Valentine's decorations. These gonks I got last year, and the chair is from my Christmas bear, but I have two of them, so I leave the chair out all year and put something different in it. So for Valentine's, the gonks are sitting in it. I have kitchen roll with hearts on. And this pillow is one of the first things I made when I moved here and I was doing cross stitch, my first cross stitching. And this was for Steve. I made this little pillow for him. I love you. Wait, I need to be a little further away. That's not a flattering picture. So I cross-stitched both sides, and I didn't have a pattern for it. I just, I copied like a pattern thing that I saw. So anyways, let's get back to what we're doing. Hopefully that's a good angle. I'll bring you in closer. Okay, I need a couple things from the fridge, and then I'll be right with you. Oops, sorry, that's me banging the fridge door closed. Okay, for our next thing, I have cucumber, I have cheese slices. I forgot the bread. I mean, not bread. Oh yeah, I do need bread, hang on. On the image that I saw, they had the little heart-shaped crackers. Now, if you can find heart-shaped crackers, that's fine. But obviously I'm using stuff that I have at home and I haven't looked. So I found every heart-shaped cookie cutter that I could find out of our cookie cutters and stuff. Sorry, you just saw Alina. Lena, get out of here. Out. Hi. I love you. Sorry, you just saw a dog's head. So every shape and size of cookie cutters. We were going, even a tiny one from the Play-Doh stuff. Don't worry, it's clean. We were going to try and make a gingerbread house that I had from Christmas, but it just wasn't icing together. So what I thought was, not only could you take, I'm going to get another cutting board to do this on. I got to move my butter. I am a messy, clumsy girl. My cardigan is caught in the drawer. Okay, so what one thing I could do with this gingerbread, besides let Aurora eat it all herself, is take some of these, and I don't know if this will work or not, depends how sharp these are because these are plastic. Yeah, that's not going to work. Whatever, I'll let her eat it. But you could make cookie cutter... You could make cookies with these cookie cutters. Yeah, that's not going to work. I'll just let her eat all that. Anyways, what we need is not these. Not these. I'm going to keep this one and this little one. So I will again, put this way over out of the way. I'm going to grab a plate, and I have my cutting board upside down. And this is what I saw, quick and easy. Again, no waste. So if you, I love seeing people making cute things for their kids' lunch and stuff. I hate the idea of waste. So if you cut these little cute things out for lunch, and then what do you do with the crusts? I hope that you're eating them, because I'm not going to waste. I can't eat this bread. First of all, it's white, and second of all, I'm not eating carbs right now. So, but I can make it into a little bit of French toast, and then there'll be no problems with anybody eating it, even if it's crust. Who doesn't like French toast? So like I said, if you can find heart-shaped crackers, I know that my head is cut off, so, or I could let this this bread dry, and I could use it as breadcrumbs. I'm not going to feed it to the birds because it's white bread, right? White bread doesn't have any nutritional value really, so it's not really good for birds. It's filling, but it doesn't give them any nutrition. So I will do something with that. For now, I'll put it on the cutting board, the rest of our stuff. We have these cute little heart-shaped, which you can't see as much right now, but little heart-shaped breads. So they could be crackers. I don't think it would be easy to cut crackers with a cookie cutter. They would probably just crumble. Oh shoot, sorry. Let's hope that that's not too low now. They would probably just crumble. Sorry, don't want the bread to dry out. Okay, cheese slices. Now, I don't tend to buy cheese slices already sliced because they're more expensive. But right now, while me and Steve are eating healthy, I buy them like this just because it's a quick snack if we want a cheese slice and a piece of ham. But I'm going to do it with this. So you can take your block of cheese and then cut it into... The other thing is he likes mature cheddar, and I have no problem with mature cheddar. But the more mature the cheese is, the harder it is to slice in nice slices. It tends to just crumble. Crumble. Again, don't worry, I am not wasting cheese. We love cheese too much for it to get wasted in this house. Okay, just because there's 5 pieces of bread, I'm going to do 5 pieces of cheese. 5 cheese hearts. The other thing I could do with this little bits of cheese, besides just shove it all in my mouth, is like use it on make a toasted cheese sandwich, like a grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, Auntie Diane said hello. Hello, Auntie Diane. I read that when I was up there closer to the thing and I forgot to say. Okay, so we got 5 pieces of cheese, 5 pieces of bread. Hard for you to see. They're both light colored. And I may have put the camera up too high now. So let me just clean up my cheese. I didn't know which one would be better. So that's why I have this tiny little one. I don't even know if you can see it in my hand. This tiny little... What can I put it against so that you can see the pink? Anyways, on the plate, I don't know. There's, it fits almost inside of that. There, my head. Cookie cups, but this one from the Play-Doh is, I didn't know if this one would be too big for what I'm doing. Actually, the cucumber, it might be too big for the cucumber, but we'll see. So, ham, or whatever type of meat, slice. One, two, three, 5. I didn't do it nice enough there. 5. 5 pieces of ham. Put the ham there, cheese there, put it out of the way. Cucumber, knife, slice off the dry end that, I didn't put cling film or whatever you want to call it. What do we call cling film? A saran wrap. Just taking the plastic off. Need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did them kind of thick. That over there. And let's hope this fits. It might just fit. It left some of the skin on, but that's okay. You can still tell it's hearts. And that way they're all the same size. Three. Did I put the wrong one over here? No. 4. Last one. 5. And I think that's all we're doing for the kitchen stuff. So I put the cutting board over there. I'm just going to rinse my hands and then I'll show you guys. Cute, quick lunch. I'll take you back again so I can show you. Melody says the camera angle is perfect. So that is perfect and ready for a lunch. And I just wanted to do another one of these so I can take a screen grab. Okay, I'm gonna put those here and then we're gonna go on with the crafts. Of course, Melody, I moved the camera and now I read that you said it was perfect. I'm gonna angle it down just a little bit. Not too much because I don't want to cut off my head, but I need you guys to be able to see what crafts we're doing. I'm just going to grab my cloth because I have stuff on here like chocolate and sprinkles. Just quickly dry my work area. All right, craft time. Let's see where to start. I got all my papers wet that were on the floor because that's okay. Okay. Because, so what I use for my watercolor paints and different paints is these glasses from Boston Pizza. It's a restaurant in Canada that is my favorite restaurant, but so these have been water glasses for painting for years. From the kids' drinks originally. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of water. This is one of my mom's old muffin pans, which she was not happy that I took when I was a kid in school. These are tempera blocks that you get like in primary, elementary, that got from the school, and they're perfect for in here. You can see that they're stuck in there. They've been in there for years, except my white. My white is in this plastic thing just because there's only 8. I used these when I was in high school as my watercolor paints. My art teacher could not believe the work I could get that I could do with such cheap, like just tempera blocks, as opposed to expensive watercolor paints. So these are awesome, cheap, and available at home. The other thing I have sticking in here right now is, I have two because I didn't know if this one would work, but this is just white wax crayons. So I have some white paper, but if you have cardstock or anything, you could take your cardstock. Cardstock is thicker paper, so you can get different thicknesses of paper. This is just regular printer paper, but if this was cardstock, you could fold it in half. And I'm going to do it like this, just with regular paper, but you could fold it in half to make a card. And then what we're going to do is what you would put on the front of your card. Hang on, I can't see the comments. Oh yeah, I thought it said something like that. Melody says, makes me hungry, to the ham and cheese and cucumber. Okay, so take your white wax crayon and make some hearts. Press hard, make sure that you're really getting the wax crayon on there. Wherever you want to make them, however many you want to make. That you can't see them because it's white, but I'm going to take my fat paintbrush. I'm going to get a bit of red. It can be watered down because you just need a little bit, but when you put the color on, it is not going to stick to where the wax is. So I can put red, and then put a little bit of red down here, a little bit over there. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to take some purple. Didn't even clean my paintbrush. Some purple there. A little bit of purple there because it's good to use the same colors in different places. I'm going to take my little white piece and do it here so that I'm mixing it to white and pink, and do it there and there. A little bit more white to make it pink so we can see all the hearts. I'm just going to fill in there you go. Messy watercolor with white hearts made out of wax crayon. That's going to dry. You could put writing on top of that. You could put stickers on top of it. You could do whatever you wanted. So we'll let that dry, and we'll do our next one. That's all we need the paints for, I think. Give me 1 second. I want to find black. Okay, purple, green, black. So you can see the writing on this better, black. I wanted to find some black paper. I tried this on white already, but it should look good on black. So only the biggest one I have is like this, but that's what I was saying about, like, even if you took your piece of paper and folded it in half. Here's a little trick for thin paper like this, not cardstock. But if you don't have scissors, just fold it in half. It might be gross, but you can lick it just lightly. You don't want to like drench it. And it makes it just wet enough to get a nice tear. So now with this half, if I fold it in half again, especially if this is cardstock, you have a nice size greeting card. Paper size is different here. This is called an A4 size paper. It's taller and skinnier than what we have in Canada with the 8.5 by 11 paper, but you still get the same idea of a card. But now, if I want black, I can put this piece of paper on there, and you'll see what we're going to do on there. So I can put my white out of the way, but we're going to do this black. So what we want some kind of cardstock. Where is my white cardstock. We want something that's there. You could use cardboard, you could use anything that's really firm. We want something that's firm, cardboardy kind of thing to make our template, which is our heart. So I'm going to fold this. It's a bit harder to fold because it's a bit thicker of paper. It's more of a thin cardboard. It's probably out of some kind of, like when you buy a product and it has cardboardy backgrounds and stuff in it. I'll keep paper like that sometimes too for crafting. So I'm going to make a heart, which is our template. Wish me luck to make it look like a nice heart. Yeah, that's good enough. So this is going to be our template. Now I have two different things here. Again, we're trying to use things we have around the house, especially if you've already had kids. Then you probably have a lot of this stuff. If you don't, then if you're a crafter, you might have it. I have the big chalks. I do have little chalks, but I can't remember where they are. Right now, that's the other thing, is I don't craft a lot right now, so some things are supposed to be in certain places, but I just can't find them. So these are the big ones, like sidewalk chalks, but I have them in the living room for that little toddler table where it has like a roll of paper and it has a chalkboard and a whiteboard and everything. These are my Stampin' Up! Expensive chalks for crafting, scrapbooking. Oh, that's a foam cover. So this gives me a lot more color options, but it's also more expensive, and it was a little bit harder to do, but this is what I use for my practice ones that I did just before, but I did it on white paper. So I'm going to try with you guys, because that gives me more color options. I'm going to try these, and we'll see how it works. So right now I got pink. I'm going to put my cardboard heart on my black cardstock, and then I'm going to use this to go around, and I'm going to put my glasses on. I just want to do a little bit of an edge, like outline, basically outline your heart. Yeah, I think this would, I'll come and show you guys. I think this would be a lot easier with a small piece of chalk, but I thought I would try it with this. And again, not prepared. I was using whatever I had available today. So I outlined that, and in with my Stampin' Up! Chalks, it has little tiny, not brushes, but they're kind of like, hang on. We call them Q-tips in North America, but what do they call them here? Earbuds? No, not earbuds. Cotton buds? Yeah, I think cotton buds. So I'm going to take the cotton bud, and I'm going to just brush. I can come closer to do this. I'm going to, do you see how I'm brushing that up around it? Just taking the chalk and spreading it out around it. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you when we're done. So I'm going to go all the way around, brushing the chalk. Sorry, I'm still not better, so I might go into a coughing fit right away. Brushing the chalk outwards. Can you see that? I'll bring it closer in a minute. Let's just do, so we're going to put our template back on, and we're going to kind of overlap it just a little bit on top of that heart, like that. And then we're going to take another color. Let's do blue. There is a spray that you can get, or you can, well, hairspray can be sticky, but there's certain sprays you can get that you can spray over chalk so that it doesn't come off of your art piece. So it doesn't smudge everywhere. And then I'm going to, you can see my blue heart. I'm just going to smudge it outwards as well, just like I did with the pink one. So as of this morning, I had no idea what I was going to do on this live. These are things that I found today, and some of them I tried before we started so that I wouldn't be as long, like, you know, and then some of them I haven't tried and we're going to do together. I'm taking green now, and I've overlapped my heart at the bottom, and I'm going to do, this will be our last one. It's hard to get a good little skinny edge with the big fat chalk, but that is the dryer that you're hearing, or the washing machine. They both make the same song when they're done. I do like that they play that song. I just wish they played different songs so you knew which one it was. Although our washing machine is a smart washing machine, so it will tell you on your, I don't know why it's not connected actually. And you might see that I'm wearing a watch. My Steven, even though we weren't buying anybody gifts for our anniversaries or for Valentine's or anything else, he bought me this. I don't deserve it because I accidentally broke the other one, but he felt bad because I broke it when I was trying to do something for him, trying to get the extension lead for him. But I'm so clumsy and everything. It's just a very expensive accident, and I'm grateful to him for replacing it, but I feel like I don't deserve it. Like, I did try and take care of it, but they definitely don't make Apple Watches for rough and tumble people like me. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're doing this with a little more time, you can make it look a little bit better, but that still looks pretty cool. And then you can put it on your white card or whatever color card you decide. And again, you can put letters on there. You could write Happy Valentine's Day. You could do whatever you want. I'm going to use my little tape runner. Where is my tape runner? Un momento. Where is it? There it is on the cooker, right? Because why wouldn't it be on the stove? Okay. So there we go. That is 2 done. So we're gonna put the chalk away again. I don't think we need the chalks again, but everything's close by if we do. Let's put those Q-tips in there. I got these plastic containers of chalk. One is for whiteboard markers, one is for magnetic letters, and there's one more with something else in it that, I think it's magnetic other things that go on the board. That's for the kids, but then they're nice and organized and matching, but that's just OCD me. Okay. Okay, this one I love, love, love. This is quick and easy. I've seen this done for older people in care homes, and I've seen it done for little kids. We need tape, toilet rolls. So first we're gonna make a line, like we're gonna squeeze the toilet roll on the bottom so that it's like a straight line. Okay, so that looks like, you could do that, look at that, looks like a raindrop, but that's our bottom. And then on the top, we're going to just push it in a little bit so that the end looks like a heart. And Dan says that looks really cool, and our thicker paper here is called construction paper. Well, construction paper is more of what the kids use in school. You can do construction paper as well, but construction paper tends to fade in sun and stuff like that. But you can buy cardstock there as well. So you can put your tape on. Now you can make one for each color, or you could use each end, but I'm going to do 3 of them, and that they're going to be for 3 different colors. part a little bit too tight. It looks a bit smooshed. So I'm going to take off my tape and just, that one's got a pokey, I don't like that because it's got a pokey top now, so let's see what the other side's like. Luckily I have a whole pot of, that one's doing it too. No, no good. I have a whole thing of rolls, so we can try again. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it to look like a heart. This one's doing similar things, so we'll just live with it. Putting 2 pieces of tape just in case one lets go. All right, last one. That's a nice part on that end. Okay, so then we need, this is all messy, this is my plate from trying this out before, and this is just messy bottles of acrylic paint, because when you have kids, they do not keep things organized like an OCD person would. So my peachy color and my purple color on the plate are still a little bit alive from, oh, this is not the same purple that I used before, that's fine. And the peach color, where is that I used earlier? It's somewhere here. Somewhere here. That's silver. You can use whatever colors you want. But because it's, oh, there it is. Because it's still a bit alive on the plate, I just want to use the, there, okay. So if this was your other card, fold it in half, front. You can, if this, like this one's a bit, where's my paintbrush? Because this paint is, again, in the house and we don't do crafts as much as before, this paint might be a little bit not so smooth. It's a little bit thicker and not as nice as, so you're just gonna, with acrylic paint, it's water-based, so you can just add a little bit of water. You don't want to make it too runny. If you made acrylic paint really runny, it would just be like using watercolors. But enough that we can dip into it. Again, I don't like wasting, so if I can rescue this paint or use it for something, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the same with the purple, but I didn't really clean my paintbrush, so we'll see what color we get when I mix it. And the peach, I don't even need to do this to because it's already good enough. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, we got our paint. We got our little, sort of like a stamp, and we got our paper. So I'm going to take one of these, and I'm going to dip it in the red. You're going to make sure that you get it on the whole thing. Can you see that? I'm going to bring it closer. So the paint is on the whole edge of the toilet roll. And again, no rhyme or reason, put one there, dip to make sure it's even pressure putting it on, put another one there, and I'll do 3. So another one right there. I wonder if this is standing up on its end so I don't get paint everywhere. But there, so you guys can see the 3 red ones. Now I'm going to do purple. Dippy, dippy, dippy. Oh, the little pokey part in the middle of the heart at the top is not picking up paint. I might need to either, because if it's not picking up paint, it's not touching. I might need to, it might not put the paint down on the paper. Let me try it on that one. Yeah, it's working. Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. No rhyme or reason, putting it wherever, willy-nilly. And I think I'm going to use that side. Peach. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a 4th one because there's more space. I'm going to do a 5th one because I'm crazy. That might be too much, but I'll bring it to you and you can be the judge. Maybe I should have only done 3, 3, and 3, but what do you guys think? How cool is that? You can do so many different things with that. I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Nope, didn't miss. So there you go. That is I'm going to lie it down to dry, and then I'll show you guys those better after they're dry. But, and how nice is this? You could probably do some kind of craft with that as well, because they look really cool with the colors on the ends of them. I'm going to put them on top of this paper, because of that exact thing, because there's wet paint on them. And I'm going to put them out of the way with the rest of the messes that I have to clean up after we're done here. And the water, because I'm... Okay, let's get on with the next fun thing. Now, my kids are probably not watching this. So this year, it's hard to find Valentine's here, but I found these, and they're so cute. I gotta come closer. And this is what I'm gonna give to, I know our kids aren't really kids, and only one of them's under 18, but because those are great. So this is what I'm giving the kids this year. I just thought I would show you guys, so they won't see these. And now we even have grandkids, right? Madge Diane says, you can't buy cinnamon hearts there or Hawkins cheesies. Is there other candies they don't sell there? Well, Hawkins cheesies are Canadian, so I don't even think you can get them in America. Cinnamon hearts. Yeah, there is a candy corn. I can't get candy corn. Hershey's is an American type of chocolate, so they don't really sell a lot of Hershey's here, but specifically Hershey's Kisses. So many crafts are done, not crafts, but like snacky type crafts for like different like Valentine's, Halloween, and all those things. They use Hershey's Kisses for things, and I can't get the Hershey's Kisses here. I don't know what else. Okay. So for this one, I already cut out my hearts. I use I put 3 pieces of cardstock together and a template on top, drew with a pen, and when I cut them, then they all are the exact same size. So 3 hearts of one color. I did 2 hearts of another color, but the same template. Then I did 1 bigger heart and 2 itty bitty hearts. So I am going to put this together, but then show you guys. I know that it might be hard for you to see me putting it together. I'll do it upside down, if I can. But again, this is quick and easy. When you have scraps of paper like this, you can just, okay. You can just cut out stuff and not feel guilty because it's not wasting, it's actually using up scraps that you have. So there is the big one, and then I'll use one of these little ones if I put my tape runner not upside down. There. Can you see? they're overlapped, but they're like that. And then, like, and you know what, I could put this on a different color. I could make these not so straight. You do whatever you want, but for the sake of this, I'm going to copy what I found on the internet. And okay, and then I'm going to take my big black Sharpie, and we're going to go make a line right here and right here. I'll hold this up so you guys can see so far. So I made 2 lines coming out of the top of the big heart. And I'm going to put these little hearts on top of those lines. And I think you guys can see what's happening here. I'm going to do the legs and then I'll show you. You don't need any art skill for this. I'm pretty sure most people will be able to handle this. Okay, I put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 legs, and I put a happy face. And I'm going to put some googly eyes on there, and you can see we did a caterpillar. How quick and easy was that? So I have googly eyes somewhere, but like I said, oh yeah, right here. A little jar of googly eyes in my craft stuff. Different sizes, and actually in here there's like actually some different color eyes as well, but oh, and even like some doll eyes that have come off toys and stuff. Creepy! Oh, some of these have sticker backs. Some of them you have to put the, I don't know. I'm just going to use the tape runner because I don't think this has a sticky back. How close are the eyes together on that? Everybody should have a small jar of googly eyes, right? You never know when you're going to have to add googly eyes to something, food in the fridge or whatever. They have their eyes really close together. I put mine there. So there you go, caterpillar. Boom! Well, I don't want to use boom as a catchphrase. We are going to need googly eyes for one more thing. 2 more things. How many more things? So I'm going to keep out a couple more googly eyes. I'll take out 4 just in case, and I'll put the rest away. I told you, those 2 big ones, and those 2 small ones. I can always dump it out again if we need more. It's good to use all this stuff that I have because it's like honestly a craft store in this house sometimes with all the stuff I have, but it never gets used. So we've done that caterpillar. Next one. Now this is an easy one. You've probably made this before. I need a piece of white paper, and it's gonna be long strips. So I am gonna fold this accordion style, or fold it in half and then fold it in half again. So I have 4 equal long strips. Okay. I need my glasses. Again, nothing has to be perfect. We're doing these quickly. We're actually over the hour already, but we're nearly done. Only a couple more crafts. Okay, so I have long strip, zigzaggedy accordion, and again I'm going to cut these willy-nilly just with my scissors. They don't have to be perfect because you got to think about, like, you could cut these for your preschooler if you wanted to, depending on the age of the kid, but you want to do crafts with some kids that they're able to do themselves. So if they cut these, they're not going to be perfect, but they're going to be long strips. Now, speaking of accordion, we are going to make these into accordions. We're going to fold them about the width of this strip. We're going to do that for this, so it's like almost like a square. And then keep folding it accordion style. And then we're going to do, so you got your, so we're going to do that with the other 3. Okay, 2. This is my 3rd one. So we went to our biometrics on Wednesday, got our pictures taken for and our fingerprints done for our biometrics for our visa. Now we just the visa application, I put it in, but I couldn't actually go in until our biometrics were done. So once they had our biometrics there, the lady who took them sent in the visa application, so it's officially in, and now we have to wait up to 8 weeks for a result for our visa. For those of you who don't realize, we have to apply for a new visa every 2.5 years. After 10 years of having visas, we'll be able to apply for permanent residency. And then, like I said, yesterday we went out for Steve's 60th birthday. He didn't want a big thing, so we only went out with his mates that he plays cards with on Sunday nights and their spouses. So it was, and not even all of them could make it. So it was only, it ended up being like 5 couples, including me and Steve. Then we went out for Amy's birthday today, our eldest daughter. She's going to be 32 tomorrow. So that was a nice lunch. And now we're going to make this. Again, this is, I missed the part for this, but that's okay. We're here. You can help me with it. So we got a big cardboard. You can use construction paper. You can use cardstock. You can use anything that you want, whatever color. I'm using red. Again, this you can't see, but it was folded in half when I cut it out to make it the same on both sides. And I'm sure that most people will know what we're doing because you've probably made something like this before. We are going to attach these accordion pieces of paper to the back like legs. And if you want your arms, the arms don't have to be as long as the legs. So I'm going to attach 2 of these to the back here as legs. Well, hang on. Those are very wide. It's okay. I ripped it. I'm gonna try that again and maybe not have his legs so crazy spread out like that. Maybe a little bit more realistic of, going down like that. And then his arms, I'm gonna take off 3 squares so his arms aren't as long as his legs. Hopefully it doesn't look bad. Okay, so there's arms and legs. And I just realized that there's pencil writing on this side. I used the wrong side of that, but that's okay. I'm going to put some googly eyes on him, and then I will show you the part that I missed. Okay, so googly eyes. I'm going to make a little happy face. And the part I missed is on his hands and legs, they have little hearts. So I'm going to take my, red cardstock right here. And I'm going to take a long piece. So I need 4 hearts. So I'm looking for like a long piece, or maybe 2 pieces that are, like this. Just a long piece. So I can fold it into 4. Now, I'm not going to do the half heart. I'm going to try and make a full heart, cutting a full heart, and maybe hopefully it looks good on both sides. We'll see what we come up with here. Oh, I don't know if this is going to look good. I might need to try again. You could also use, if you have a heart punch, like a, what do you call it? Like a paper punch. Heart-shaped paper punch, then that would work better than what I just did. Okay, they'll work, but they're definitely not the best heart shape. What the heck? It'll look like a child made it. So that was quick and easy again. Another quick and easy Valentine. All right, let's keep going. I have another pink one, and I had some red to do his arms and legs, but I can do that after because we will move on to the next thing. All right, so what I have here is, now I don't actually have as much of this as I thought I did, but, and I don't have all the colors, but what this is cut out of is that foam. It's like, I don't know what to, it's just foam. Like you get foam letters, and like F-O-A-M is what I'm saying, foam. So, stick into my paper. Okay, so I have a foam heart. You can see black on here because I did use a template to make this. It was actually the same, I think it's the same, I think I might have used him to make this. So this one's out of cardstock, this one's out of foam. But they're the same size. Then I used a different size heart that I made out of white paper, and then I cut it in half. So we are going to take these and put them on our heart like that. Can you see? Like that. Now, one thing I couldn't find, I know I have them, but again, like all the craft stuff is, scrapbooking stuff is in the office, but craft stuff is up in what I call the art room. And I know I have like mini, like, not puff balls, what are they called? Like not felt balls, what are they called? Like poop, I don't know what I'm saying. Remember those socks back in the 80s that they had a bobble thing on the end at the back? What are those? Pom-poms. Little felt pom-pom things. I know I have some, but I don't know where they are, so I couldn't find them for this project. They use them, we're not. So I have 2 triangles that are the same size as each other, and those are going to be my ears. Yes, thank you, Val. Pom-poms. Those are my ears for this. And this is cut out of foam as well. You could make this out of cardstock or whatever as well. So you guys can probably see that it's looking a little foxy. Before I attach these red ears to the top of that, I'm going to put the white that I cut out. It's same size as each other, but a little bit smaller than the red. So they're going to be the inside of the ear. And I'll make sure I do this the right way so you don't see any of the pen writing from outlining anything. Again, these are quick and easy enough for kids to do, I think. I'm going to turn him over and make a line for where I want to add his ears. Hopefully they look good because I've never made them before, but There he is so far, Mr. Fox. Now this is where they use a pom-pom for each of his eyes, black pom-pom for each eyes, a little pom-pom, and one for his little nose. But I'm going to give him googly eyes because I have all these googly eyes out. And then we'll just cut a black circle for his nose out of cardstock. I always could add, where's my black cardstock over here? I always could add a pom-pom after. See, this is what I mean. I mean, the kids will cut things like this. Now, most people would just recycle this paper. Well, I could either cut it here and make like that, like make a nice strip like that, or I could cut it here and there's a strip there. So make it into rectangles, squares, triangles. Yeah, I could cut it along there and make a triangle and then put that back in there. And which I'll do later. Because sometimes we don't have the patience to just go through all the paper and do that stuff because we have real lives. Yeah, there you go. That's the kids for you. Another piece that was a nice big triangle, but they just cut right in the middle of it. But that's okay. We'll take an end off of here and make our nose. We could even make our nose a little heart shape if we wanted to. Should I do it a heart? A heart or yeah, I'll do it a heart just because I don't have the pom-poms. So I'll try and do a heart shape just to go with the theme. Okay, the only other thing they do is they have a pink fox. They have a pink fox and they put a little tiny red bow tie on the ear. And then for the red fox, they do a black. I'll do one really quickly here, if I can. A little bow tie for the bottom. I don't know what to put it against so you can see it. A little bow tie, but that doesn't stay on there. So, I mean, I could put that on the ear like that. So that's our fox. That is, I'm going to put it on the ear because then you'll see it and I made it and it will look just as cute. And because the bow tie won't stay on unless you put it on a card. There you go. Fox. And I think we are pretty much done because I have, like I said, because I wasn't organized. Oh, no, okay, wait. Stop, don't go anywhere. I made all these random hearts when I was getting ready because there was, where did I put it? It might be my pile of papers that got wet. One moment, I'll be right with you. Okay, so I'm going to take a nice piece of paper that doesn't have glue on it, fold it in half. Making a card. I'm going to take some of these hearts and I'm going to take this scrap piece of paper. They just took a Sharpie and they made different things on them, like I can do dashes on this one. I don't know if you'll be able to see, give me a second. Dashes around the edge. Can you see? Oh, no? Okay. Dashes around the edge. And then, so this one, hearts. and dots. Weirdly, I'm doing the same patterns on them and almost the same color as they used for the hearts. Doesn't really matter. Just doing this quick. What else do they do? They have one with squiggles all around. Oh, well, sorry, I forgot to show you these two. Okay, I'll make the things real quick and then I can put them together and then I'll show you. I won't show you the rest of them what I do. I'm doing... Okay, and then another one that has... And then another one that has lines. And then one more that has, what color do I want to use? No, I'm going to do two more. This one is dots. And one more that has swirls. Oops. Oh, my swirls are drunk and backwards. Wow, wow. These, they look like sixes or like they do not look like swirls, but they are some kind of design. Now, I'm going to take my card and take the hearts that I drew on. Make sure my card opens the right way that I want it to. And I'm going to glue or tape on these hearts. I'll show you in a second. I'm just putting them on to the, you can't see that pink one very well, it's up here. I'll put a purple one on and then you'll be able to see better. And I'm going to put the other ones on. I don't know if this looks as good as the one they made. Hang on, I want to switch. Where do I want to put that one? Switch it there. Because I have two colors that are like the same color, but they're like too close, to, like on top of each other, so it didn't look good. So let me move this one and that one. And then, it doesn't matter. I got a bunch of hearts just all stuck on there, okay? Then, this is where I need one of my bows. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bows popping out everywhere. I'm going to use this little tiny purple bow. And I'm going to put all my other bows back in the bow jar. Again, I save all this stuff from wherever, and it's nice to be actually using it for a change. Now, I did forget one more thing. Oh, actually, I can use that right over there. Oh, no, that's too thin. Hang on one moment. You can use a Sharpie or any type of marker. They actually used pipe cleaners, but I'm just gonna use a green RHwL pen. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 hearts, so I'm going to need 9 stems. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I say 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So 9 stems, making sure that they meet somewhere in the middle there. And where they meet is where we're going to put our bow. Now really, you could write names on your hearts and everything if you wanted. Where's our tiny little bow? And again, you could use this type of glue, runner, or you could use a dab of glue, whatever will attach your bow. You can even get glue dots in crafting things. So there you go, bouquet of hearts for Valentine. I'm going to show you guys everything again, and then I think we are done for the day. So for those of you just tuning in, we made our banana flag treats. Aurora made a cake that we have yet to decorate, heart-shaped. It's a coffee cake too, if you're wondering what flavor. We got cinnamon hearts. And we got a lunch. And then we have a bouquet of hearts. And I made it into a card so you can write in it if you want. We have our white wax crayon hearts with watercolor. And again, you could write on that or like write Happy Valentine's Day, whatever you want to do. You could even try doing that on black paper. I wonder, I don't know if the watercolor will show up. I don't know, you can see. You could use acrylic. We have our accordion guy, and you could even squeeze them into a card so that when they open the card, they have an accordion guy, or make a smaller one. We have our, still not dry, but our toilet roll cardboard made with acrylic paint. We have our Foxy Fox. And we have our caterpillar. And lastly, we have our chalk hearts. So, I hope you guys enjoyed everything we did today. I hope you guys have a good Valentine's Day coming up this week. Me and Steve will be babysitting our grandson, so that is wonderful for us. And remember that Valentine's Day is not just about couples love. It is about loving everybody in our life. Our pets, our friends, our family, our kids, our grandkids, our parents, our grandparents. You can share the love with everyone. If you know someone who's alone this Valentine's Day, loneliness is not a happy feeling. So if you know anybody who's alone, feel free to drop them off a little craft through their post box or something that just says you're thought of and you're not alone. All right? I love you guys. Have a great Valentine's Day, and we will see you guys next week. Oh, I'll show you my plant first too. This is the other new plant that I bought. It's a philodendron, but I can't remember which, or maybe it has a name on it. No, it just says philodendron. But you can see the leaves are really cool. So this is when I said I was weak and I bought 2 plants. I showed you guys one last week, and then this one is for this week in a red pot. All right, I love you guys. We will see you next week. Bye.